All right, this may end up being a fucking mistake because I was seriously this close to just using the bench press machine today because we had a pretty tough day of work. We only worked 6 hours. We just worked through lunch to get done what we had to get done today. But those 6 hours that we worked, it was nonstop. A lot of swinging. Like my right forearm is pretty sore already from how much I swung my hammer today. I know a lot of you out there probably your forearms get sore from something else. I know, trust me. Yeah, like no joke, I probably swung my hammer today. I mean, I don't know, just a rough guess, probably a couple hundred times. We were, I mean, I'll make this quick, but we're tearing off a very, very old roof. And this is before they screwed them down. They used ring shank nails, is what they're called. And they nailed them down. And we had to tear off both sides. And then we got one new side back up of the new metal. But they put, so there's rows of 1-bys, there's probably 20 rows. And for each piece of metal, I mean, I'm not even going to try to guess how many nails there was, but there was a lot. And there was 3 of us there, 3 guys. And again, I probably swung my hammer no less than a couple hundred times. Maybe even more, actually. It was a lot of manual labor today. So yeah, this, trying to do dumbbell bench press today, it might come back to bite me in the fucking ass. I probably should have just went to the machine, but dumbbell bench press was scheduled, so I at least want to try. I mean, if I can get a couple good sets of 8 or 9 reps here, and then I'll back weight down like I always do, I'll be happy. I think, so really I just got to get a couple good sets with this heavier weight, and everything after this, well, it won't be easy, but it'll be easier than what I'm about to fucking do. So, and again, I'm waiting on my new smelling salts to come in, so I don't have those. I really could use them today, honestly, but it is what it is. I gotta say, I drank my new pre-workout probably, I mean, it's been at least 20 minutes, if not 30, and man, it ain't doing fucking shit. I may already have to move on from this new pre-workout I'm trying. So far, I don't know about it. I'm gonna try to use it the rest of the week, and if I still just, I'm not feeling any kind of, that tingling or just that feeling like you're ready to work out, I'm gonna fucking move on to something else because, I mean, what the fuck's the point of using pre-workout if it's not gonna do what it's supposed to, That's kind of stupid if you ask me. A wasted $30 if that's the case. It's only $30. I can't complain that much. But yeah, let's I really probably should have warmed up more, but I'm honestly just ready to get these first sets in. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'll be honest, I really actually thought I had that 9th rep. I went down a little too confident. Not the first time I've done that. That's all right. Let me get these back up here, and I'll probably just try to match that, do another set of 8. This just goes to show that maybe most of the time you should probably listen to that little voice in your head when it's trying to tell you something, because it's not even that this was that bad, because it really wasn't. I think I could have done 9 if I actually really went a little faster, but if you go back and watch the set, I was trying to control it pretty good for how heavy it is, and I feel like I did all right with that. So But yeah, if I was a little more explosive, I probably could have done 9 pretty comfortably. So it wasn't even that bad. But I just feel like the machine probably would have been a little better today. I wouldn't have had to worry about stability. Just really focus on squeezing the chest and going as heavy as I can for 2 sets and then backing it down. Um, yeah, it probably would have been a little better. And again, when I first walked in here, I kind of, I don't know, had that intuition. I just had that feeling that that's probably what I should have done. Um, but I mean, all in all, this first set wasn't bad. We'll see how this one goes. But it definitely could be worse. I'll say that. But it's just something you kind of pick up. The more you come in here, the more you train, you kind of learn these little things about yourself and how you're feeling. And maybe a day like today, where it's pretty tough at work, maybe don't come in here and try to fucking max out. Probably be a good idea. Or don't come in here and try to go as heavy as you can for 5 reps or whatever. That's definitely what I'm doing here. I did 8, so it was a little more manageable. So that's just little things that you kind of pick up and learn. Like I said, the more that you train. But again, it just takes time. Maybe if I was 19 again, I could come in here and still, even if a hard day work, still come in here and try to max out or whatever. But I still wouldn't even recommend it, even if you're young and full of energy, young and spry. I still wouldn't recommend it. But I've been there. I've been a teenager. We don't listen, so do whatever you want. But all right. Fuck. I don't know how clean that. I don't know. In the moment, that 9th rep, I don't know. I feel like I rushed it. I don't know. The whole set, I may have rushed it because I really did want to get 9, and I did. But I don't know. That last rep felt a little. I don't know. I mean, I got it. Fuck it. I got it, and it felt good enough. All right. Honestly, I'm probably just gonna go down to the 120s again now and try to get at least 2 really good, slow and controlled sets for high reps. Obviously, I don't know. I might end up doing a 3rd set. Just gotta kind of see how I feel when I get to that point. All in all, though, you know what? I feel okay. I feel. I wouldn't say I feel great, but I also don't feel horrible. It's kind of in the middle. And considering that, I just matched my PR with this on the 2nd set. So, I mean, I'll take that. That's definitely a sign that, other than my bad squat session yesterday, that's a sign that I'm getting better. I think. Again, I think the bad squat day that I had yesterday was just a product of not doing it for almost a month. You know, if I didn't bench press and just use the machines for a month, I might have the same problem over here. But so I think I'm getting better. It's just one of those days where it's not really feeling at my peak. So matching a PR, feeling like this again, that's a good sign. Hopefully, it's a sign of better things to come when I start peaking again. All right, let's get the 120s up here. You're doing 3. In terms of isolating my chest and just getting a better contraction, that felt way better. Again, I know the temptation is to come in here. I want to lift as much as you can, but I mean, I don't know. If you just want to build muscle, I would say that doing sets like that more times than not is going to be a better option for you. But it's not the only way to do all of your sets, as you can tell. You can come in here and do, I think, anywhere from 2 to 4 really heavy sets of, like, I don't know, say anywhere from 4 reps to 8, like I just did. And of course, that's basically to failure. You can do no more than 4 or 5, however many you're doing. That's another option. But again, I think only 2 to 4 sets like that is going to be viable. Because anything more, and again, trust me, I know from experience, anything more than that, and you're over time, you're just going to wear yourself down. Yeah, it might work for a couple months, but then after those first couple months, after a while, you're going to start feeling the effects of going heavy all the time. And when I say all the time, I mean, say you're doing 10 sets of chest and 8 of them are like what I just said. That's just too heavy for too many sets. Again, 2 to 4 sets, and then everything else can kind of be between that 10, 15 rep range, and even a little higher if you want to, especially toward the end of your workout. Say you got one more exercise left, 2 or 3 sets of it, to just really get a ton of blood in that area. If you want to lighten the weight up even more and do sets of 20, 25, I don't see nothing wrong with that either. I just think it's got to be a healthy balance, It can't just be one way. That's I don't know. I feel like if you train like that, you're just asking to have some problems down the line. That's why I've been training for 13 years, and I've never had one serious injury. I've had a few fucking little minor ones, kind of like yesterday with my knee. It already feels a little bit better today. So, I've never had a major injury, never had a broken bone, never pulled a muscle, never torn a muscle, nothing like that in 13 years. And I lift pretty heavy, as you can tell. So it's got to be a healthy balance, if you ask me. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of fucking ranting here. I don't know. I'll probably do 2 more because that felt really good. I'll try to speed the rest periods up, though, not talk as much. I've already talked way too much today. Got to get some actual fucking, like, I don't even have much of a pump, but it's because I'm talking too much. So I got to quit that. Ah, fuck. Dude, I was given everything I had, and I just I mean, I got it obviously, but that last rep did not want to go up. Thankfully it did, because it might have come crashing down right on my face. Ah, fuck. But I don't know if you guys can see my legs on these past 2 sets since I've lightened the weight. I'm not really using any leg drive. I'm kind of letting my legs kind of just drift out in front of me. And you don't have to do it like this, but it does, force a little more isolation and contraction on your chest, taking that leg drive away. It does make it a little harder, so, drop the weight comfortably to something you can handle. And if that ends up being too light, you guys know you can just up the weight on the next couple of sets, but it does isolate your chest. a little better. So something you can try, but just like I said, um, be safe about it. Pick the weight, pick it wisely. Don't try to be Superman doing that. But yeah, let's do. I'm gonna do one more here, one more, and then we'll move on. Normally, I would have pushed a little harder for one more rep there, but I kind of knew halfway through that I was gonna probably do a drop set, so I think I stopped right at the perfect time. So let me grab. Oh man, I don't know. I'll grab the 80s. I'll go pretty light here, and we'll do a quick drop set. Yeah, I felt that. All right, I feel really good about that now. 5 sets in, 5 sets in, and I'm feeling it already, which is good. It's gonna be a workout, man. Let me just say that. I don't really see a need for me to change the whole dumbbell routine on the first chest day of the week. Honestly, it's working. It's just some weeks it's a little like everything. I mean, it's a little tougher sometimes on some weeks than others. But I mean, it's working. I definitely am noticing. I'm noticing some changes in my chest. So that's all I'm really worried about right now. So I mean, if it's working, I'm not gonna change it. Uh, I'm hoping that along with the decline bench, that kind of combination, I'm hoping that is kind of brings out what I'm wanting in my chest. I have a feeling that it will, but like with anything, it's just gonna take a little bit of time. So yeah, I'll probably, like always, nothing fucking new here. Kind of boring, but 2 sets with the 90s, and then I'll probably back down to the 70s and get one really good, little bit higher rep, and then a little more control. So I mean, same old, same old. What else can I say? Let's fucking get into it. You know what, guys? I might deviate today from what I've been doing. I know, it's like I have a hard time sticking to anything I say. But seriously, though, it actually feels pretty good with the 90s. That's not always the case. Like, I mean, generally, yes, it's always comfortable. But some weeks it's like, ooh, it feels a little heavier, you know? But today it feels pretty good, actually. So I think I'm going to take advantage of that. And I think I'll just stick with the 90s for this third set. Now, I might not get 10 reps again. I might only get 8 or 9. But as long as they're still controlled and I feel it like how I want to feel it, I'm okay with that. I wish I could quit fucking burping. Jesus. But yeah, it feels good. So I'm just going to do one more set with the 90s. And, you know, if I have to on my second chest day Thursday, if I'm feeling the effects from this, you know, like I've been doing, I'll stick with the machines. And I'll even lighten the fucking weight if I have to, you know. That's kind of the benefits of hitting a certain body parts twice in 1 week. 1 week you can, or 1 week, one day you can go a little heavier, push the boundaries a little more safely and comfortably, obviously. And then the second day that you're scheduled to hit that same said body part, if you're feeling still sore or just overall weak, fatigued, not fully recovered, you can take it a little easier, you know, just focus on getting a pump. I definitely recommend trying to hit at least your weak points. Figure out what your weak points are, and once you figure that out, you know, I would recommend training those weak points at least twice in 1 week. Like for me, obviously, I hit chest twice. I've been hitting back twice, and I've been hitting leg twice, which I don't think my legs are particularly a weak point, but they were, and I'm just kind of continuing that for as long as I feel comfortable doing it, as long as I feel like it's not hurting nothing. Yeah, like shoulders, buys, and tries, I only hit once a week. That's because I feel like they're some of my better attributes. So yeah, once you figure that out, you can kind of really hone in on your split, and I feel like you can get the best out of, well, just get the best results. So I recommend figuring that out first. Really look at yourself and just look and see, where do I need the most work. You know, it could be just one area, it could be 2, it could be 3, whatever. But you really need to figure that out before anything. So yeah, let's give the 90s for one more ride. I actually did a little better than I thought I would on that, so I'm kind of glad I did. Now I'll say quickly, this isn't something I'd recommend you guys do all the time. I do think, I mean, especially when how do I say this humbly, when you get up to this strength level and you start doing flies with 80 or more pounds in each hand, again, it can really start to wear and tear on you. So that's why back down sets have kind of been my friend lately. But on days that I feel good, I want to take advantage of that, like I said. So ultimately, to get big, you eventually have to start lifting big. Now, obviously, that takes time. You got to be patient, smart, and over time, you know, you can start to really, you know, push some weight. but not all the time. See, that's why I say it's a real fine line that you really have to pick up on it over some years. You really got to be patient. Don't try to fucking trust me. Don't try to do some flies with the 70-pound dumbbells if you've only been training for 6 months. Don't do that shit, man. It's eventually just going to turn into a dumbbell bench press. You know, you're not going to have the strength to do it, or you're going to get hurt, and that's not what you want to do either. So yeah, ultimately, to get big, you got to lift big. But again, it takes time, and you don't have to do it on every set per se. If you watch a lot of my videos, you'll see my back down sets. You'll see as I get deeper into the workout session, I start to lighten the weight and up the amount of reps that I'm doing. But again, it's got to be a combination of both, I think. I'm talking a lot today, so let's raise this up. We'll do 3 sets of incline dumbbell flies. Woo. All right. I'm thinking, I'll try to make this quick. Like I said, I've been talking too much. I'm thinking I'll probably do the same thing here. As long as it feels good, we'll see. But I think I'll just stick with 3 straight sets with the 80s. Really try to push it today because I'm not feeling, I don't know, it's odd because I had a tough day at work, but I'm feeling, I don't know, a little better than I thought. I guess I could say it like that. So yeah, I'd like to try to just stick with the 80s for all 3 sets here. Again, we'll see. And then on the last exercise, I'll back the weight down and really I'll up the reps a little bit so it's a little easier. But yeah, let's try to stick with 3 sets here, the same weight, and see what happens. Three sets of that might be tough, but we're gonna give it a go. Like I said, I really want to try it, so let's see. Oh my God. One more set of that is basically all I'm gonna want out of this. Oh fuck. It's basically gonna take everything that I have in me right now. I mean for this anyways. Don't get me wrong, I still have one more exercise for 3 sets. But I might have to take an extended rest to even perform like I want. Because this is let me just say it's doing the job. It's doing what I wanted it to do. It's fucking whooping me, basically. Holy shit. One more. And we'll move on. I'm not gonna lie. I was very tempted to just say, fuck it. Let's go down to the 60s. But I've already said, you know, sometimes you just really gotta push yourself, you know? At least on the days that you feel at least pretty good, if not great. On those days, man, because they're very far and few in between. So like on those days, you really gotta, in my opinion, you should at least try to really push yourself. Because if you're not, I mean, what's the whole fucking point of lifting? You know? If you're feeling down, if you didn't sleep good, if you're just still really sore, you just don't feel recovered, you feel weak, any of those things. If you're a little sick, um, yeah, I mean, take it a little easier on those days, however long you need to, But I feel like a lot of people, again, I'm saying this with all due respect, I feel like a lot of people just look for any little excuse. I'm always, you know, again, I'm not trying to sound like that guy, like the big loudmouth at the dinner table. But I'm always looking for a reason to push hard. You know what I'm saying? Like today, when I started dumbbell bench pressing, I was like, man, it was a rough day at work. I don't know about this. And then I actually matched my PR on a day that I wasn't really sure I was gonna feel that good. And then I started doing the dumbbell flies, and I was like, you know what? I actually feel pretty good. So let's fucking push it. Because again, those days don't come around very often. I don't know. It's almost like the people that this drives me crazy. The people that will do a set of whatever, a machine that you got to put plates on, like some kind of row or something, and they'll leave 2 or 3 45s on each side. So your expectations are you expect to stick to going to the gym really for life. If that's if you're wanting to get into shape, you need to go for life to keep that to stay in shape. So those are your expectations, but you can't even put the fucking 45s back. That kind of shows that I'd be very, very, very surprised if they stuck to it. You know what I mean? That's just lazy, in my opinion. Unless you're like old, I can understand that. But you know what? I've talked so long. Let's go straight to the set. I can't handle myself. I just want to rant today about anything and everything. I knew that set was gonna be a bitch, and it was. It was for sure. Let's call that there. And I'll stick to what I said I'm gonna try to do for a while, which is finish with decline bench. Won't go real heavy. I'll probably just stick with 225. Honestly, for however long I need to, because this is a new thing that I'm trying. So although fresh, I could probably hit. Honestly, if I was fresh, I would like to think that I could hit 405 for like at least 5 reps on it, because I hit 3 on flat, and I've always been better on decline. So, but again, I am far, far from fresh right now. So it's all just about good controlled reps and pumping the chest out. Let's get over there. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do a drop set. Last set of the day. It's really all about the reps right now, so kind of the perfect time to do a drop set. Well, they still work. That's good. It's almost fucking broke my headphones. Alright. They're not broke, so that's good. All that's left to do now is find a spot that I want to pose in. Do some posing. Let's sit back there. Alright, man. I feel like I got a pretty good pump. We're about to find out here in a second. But, I mean, the workout went surprisingly better than I thought. And honestly, those are some of my favorite days in the gym. When you come in and you're kind of expecting, I don't know, just a down day. Or maybe not your best. And then you come in and you actually perform almost at your peak, if not at your peak. Those are really my favorite days. Now, the worst days are the flip side of that. You come in here and you feel like you're gonna just destroy some shit, you know, in the best way. Like you're gonna lift some crazy ass numbers, and then you start warming up, and you're like, nope, I was 100% fucking wrong. Here's the thing, though. Either way, you know, either side of that coin, you still got to come in here, do the fucking work, do the sets, do the reps. If not, you know, as Chris Bumstead would say, you're going to look like a skinny bitch. Nobody wants that, you know. So, all right, let's get into posing. Man, I need to start tanning again. I'm getting a little pasty. There's a reason at those bodybuilding shows, those guys rub down all that spray tan and get as dark as you can because you see the cuts better. And I'm pretty pasty right now. All right. I'm done. I think you guys get the fucking point. I gotta say, the more the more that I do these back down sets, and again, it's not gonna be on every single exercise, every single time, but I will say the majority of the time, I'm gonna keep doing it like this for as long as I feel like I need to. But I'm really starting to like them, especially on the dumbbell bench press today. I did those 2 heavier sets, followed by 3 back down sets, all with the same weight. And man, that I don't know, it's a good combination. If you guys are struggling, kind of plateauing, you want to switch it up, don't really know what to do though, try this. I'm telling you. And again, the benefit is you still get that heavy training in if you like that. You don't have to go as high as 8 heavy reps like I did. You can go as heavy as picking a weight that you can only do 5 times. Do a couple sets of that. Or if you're feeling good, like I said, you can do 3 or 4 even. The rest of it, just worry about hypertrophy. And so you get the best of both worlds. Yeah, I mean, I really, really, really like the way this is going. So I'm gonna keep it up. And we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's call it a day. I got nothing else to say. Let's get the fuck out of here. I'm ready to go get another meal in.